So what do you do when you fumble during a presentation? In this video, you're gonna find 3 tips. So check this out.
Oh, thanks for this awesome
video. Oh yeah, I forgot.
I'm a man on a mission. I'm a man on a mission. I don't need no permission. I'm a man.
Wow, I learned quite a lot. What I could understand, I learned, and I could see the difference, you know.
Hey, this is Bishal Sarkar, your practical, influential speaking expert. Whether you're speaking on stage, you're giving virtual presentations one-on-one. If you really want to become influential and persuasive speaker, that's exactly what we teach you inside our program, Rock Your Speaking Complete System, where we teach leaders how to become powerful and influential speakers. But one question we often get from people is, Bishal, how do I overcome the fact, or how do I bounce back from fumbling? Because no matter whether you are working for the last 5 years, 10 years, or just like many of my clients, 20 to 30 years of experience that you have in your career so far, oftentimes you're gonna fumble. Because guess what? Nobody's perfect. So what do you do in that situation? Because if you don't know what to do in that situation, first of all, you're gonna feel embarrassed. Number 2, your confidence is gonna go down. And number 3, your reputation is at stake. Am I making sense?
Hey guys, if you want to be part of the mastermind group or the confident speaker conference, don't think, look back, take action, be an action taker. Just like me, 3 years back, I was in a miserable state. I was not able to connect with my audience, my clients, even my team members for that matter. Today, I make an impact with my presentations.
So when we coach people inside our program, we give them many of the practical tips, very customize them for their situation, right? Because your situation is different from the other person who's watching the video. So we give you a very customized solution. If you want to know more about it, there's a number, call here and we're going to find out if you're a right fit. But for now, what I want to do is give you 3 tips. How many? 1, 2, 3. 3 tips that you can use to really overcome this fumbling problem that you have. So the first tip I have for you is, remember, if you don't make it a big deal, they won't make it a big deal. What do I mean by that? See, the problem is when you fumble, oftentimes you know you did, and that's why you get nervous at that time. That is the moment you have to not make it a big deal. Thing is, if you make it a big deal and say, oh well, the moment you do that, now people are observing you more. Now they're not looking at your presentation, they're looking for the next time you're gonna fumble, right? So don't make it a big deal. It's a part of, sometimes it can happen many times, there can be technical error, different things. But you gotta understand that anything you do in life, there is never gonna be any perfection. So what do you do in that situation? Very simple. You have to, and that's the second tip, something interesting happens, you fumble or something like that, make a point out of it and make it humorous. For example, let's say you're giving a presentation, right? At times things can happen. At times your presentation, the slides can go off. At times the mic is not working. It can happen like that. So your real power in that moment comes from your ability to handle that tough thing, right? So for example, if your phone starts buzzing, what do you do in that situation? Don't say, oh my God, I'm nervous. Say, well, my wife, she misses me a lot. Sorry about that. Let's come to the point. See, that becomes humorous. That becomes a magical moment for your presentation. Now people get to see that you are not just somebody who's scripted, who's just formula, but now people see you as somebody who's powerful. Am I making sense to you so far? Yeah? Okay, that's the second tip.
Hi, this is Dr. Shilpa here. It's been very nice to be associated and be a student as such to Bishal sir, and I've learned a lot from sir. The inputs he gives us every moment, every session, it's so good. And confidence is one thing. From last 1.5 years, it's been I can feel that I am enjoying what I'm doing. Really, I'm very thankful to him, and definitely I'm grateful to him. I look up to him to learn more and more from him. Thank you.
The third tip I have for you is, these are the 2 tips that I gave you on what to do when you fumble. And the third tip I have for you is what to do so that you never fumble, and that is your verbal practices. You need set of verbal practices. I'm talking about not just you reading something verbally. There are verbal practices you can do for articulation, for storytelling, to make sure that your words are coming out very naturally, the semantics. and as a result you feel very powerful and confident in your ability to speak. Am I making sense? So make sure that you have some verbal practices. If you don't know what they are, call this number, enroll in our program. I'm going to teach you more, but for now what I want you to do is apply these 3 tips. Okay, so number 1, don't make it a big deal. If you make it a big deal, it's going to be a big deal. So don't, if you fumble, that's fine, part of the thing. Yeah, let's move on. That's the attitude. Second, if you can make something out of that moment, right? Something happens, make it a moment, make it something funny, something humorous, so people remember that, man, he fumbled in that time, or something dropped, or there was a problem, but he owned the moment. Am I making sense to you? And the third is, make sure you do some verbal practices every single day to own your power, own your articulation, to make sure that you become a phenomenal, powerful speaker and extract that great speaker out of you. Now look, these are just 3 tips, but if you want to know more, if you want to not just learn only informatively, but if you want to really experience that transformation, call this number. One of our team members is gonna pick up the phone, and if he's busy or she's busy, they're gonna call you back and tell them that I want Bishal to mentor me, to make me an influential speaker. Look, the thing is, the world out there is changing, and the world is changing rapidly, and if you're not ready right now, people will actually punch you on your face in the marketplace, figuratively speaking, and you will be punched and you will feel bad, and it will hurt your pocket, it's going to hurt your income, but more importantly, it's going to hurt your reputation and your happiness. You don't want that. If you want to really truly take your power back and become an influential, powerful and persuasive speaker, call this number, find out exactly how we can help you become a master of your speaking so that you can own your presentation, become an influential leader, and really have the right body language, voice modulation to really become a martial artist of your communication. That's my tip for you right now. Bishal Sarkar here, reminding you that influential speaking is not about perfection, it's all about connection.
I presented an audience of 150 people.
Hey Bishal, thanks for the session on fearless communication in the mastermind group and encouraging me to take actions regarding my fears. In this video, I want to talk about all the actions that I've been taking to overcome my fears.
I am Dr. Praveen Sundarkar. I am prosthodontist, dentist by profession, practicing at Nagpur, Maharashtra, and working as a professor in Amravati Dental College. I am taking day-to-day lectures in my institute, as well as I take workshops at various places in Maharashtra. But the biggest challenge to me was a little bit stage fear. Not, I can say, I was confident about the stage, but potential was there. But sometimes I get hesitate during giving lecture. Spontaneous speaking is difficult to me, and that's some sort of out of comfort zone. Whenever I wanted to go, some hesitation was there, and I wanted to reduce that hesitation. And little bit problem in speaking English I was thinking I am having. So that was my challenge. That were my challenges before coming to this workshop.
Well, I'm Prashant, working in Hindustan Union Limited as a IT manager. I have 13 years of IT industry experience. Work with Infosys larger clients across US, Canada and Switzerland.
At office, I had a candid discussion with one of the non-performing employees and had a good discussion with my manager regarding my development. Earlier, these were very uncomfortable topics for me. And also, I made better contributions in office meetings.
Biggest improvement I got that what Bishal said, that if you are having potential, that doesn't make difference unless and until you are committed 100%, and that crossed the level. Means definitely I remember in the past I was having little bit potential, but I was not committed, and that is the biggest thing I achieved within this 2 days workshop.
I come from a very small town of Karnataka. As you know, people who are like me, there are so many people who are not from the convent educated medium, right? So right from my beginning days of Infosys, the only feedback that I have been getting is on improving my communication and presentation skills. So I have tried to improve as much as can by going through various learning forums, everything. But last 2 years have been very tough, where I knew that if I don't act now, it's going to be the end of my career. I will be just stagnant. And then started going through a lot of internet search, found out bishalsarkar.com. Without hesitation, just reached out to Rahul, got a payment done, and then it all started from there. So it's been 6-7 months now. Every tips that I've been receiving from Bishal on a day-to-day basis have helped me immensely, have made me a better professional in my presentation communications. Going forward, I would be much better person and a confident speaker as well.
In my apartment complex, I never used to participate in community meetings, and I took first steps to participate in those meetings, and it felt as if I'm coming out of my hiding.
Then second thing, whatever the spontaneous speaking, I came to know the ways of spontaneous speaking on any topic whichever given. Third thing, that although I was a little bit confident, but that hesitation was there whenever I was going out of comfort zone. That hesitation gone completely.
There are various things that have been made to learn by us, by Bishal and his team, but everything falls under one concept called a balanced life framework that Bishal and his team walked us through, right? So there are 8 guiding forces which will determine our inner happiness, outer confidence, which will define the life of which is a mix of life which is a mix of work and personal life, right? So being true to a mentor like Bishal, who is just amazing. Having one mentor, do not procrastinate, don't lie to yourself, don't lie to others, right? Stick to the point, confidence, commitment, how to speak spontaneously, how do we present the things to audience and connect with them. So these are some of the things that I have learned in the last 2 days, to quote now.
My wife is a new driver, and we took first steps to boost her confidence in her driving. Overall, I believe I've made better progress at office, at home, in the personal front, at community, etc. And I believe that if I continue like this, I'll be much more effective professionally at office, and I will have better visibility at home. At personal front, I believe I'll have stronger relationships, I'll be a better husband, better father, etc. And I'll make better contributions in the community. Thanks for pushing me to make all these positive changes, adopt positive habits so that I can get out of my comfort zone. Thank you.
I attended so many workshops before that courses, but I found Vishal as a live example of as a mentor, because he actually our mentor should not be like that. He is just speaking something, but he is not following in his life. I found Vishal that out of on the stage and off the stage, he is similar, constantly boosting our confidence, having 100% commitment, and not for the workshop only, or not for these 2 days only. He is whatever he was speaking from the heart, bottom of the heart, and he wanted that everyone should do it. That not only looking for not only saying that he should everyone should do it, he was looking for doing it everyone or not, and constantly bombarding on that. That's the great point I found, and great difference I found in other mentors and Vishal. I would recommend not only those who want to be a successful public speaker or leader, everyone must have one mentor in their life, definitely, to improve, to create balanced life, balanced professional, personal as well as family life. And Bishal is the best person from which everyone should get mentorship.
Should I call him mentor or should I call him guru? He's amazing, Pramod. Bishal is amazing. Bishal is behind his team, was very committed to the team members. It's just not money is different, but the commitment that I have seen from them, being pushing me to respond to their WhatsApp chats, pushing me to respond to their sessions, pushing me to participate. It gives me a sense of confidence that when people and Bishal and his team are so concentrating on me, why shouldn't I reciprocate the same? Right? It also makes us accountable for what we are trying to do. Amazing approach.
I presented an audience of 150 people. Just few months ago, I could not even speak to an audience of 15 people, forget about 150 people. I would just go blank on the stage. I would completely lose my chain of thought. I used to be so nervous on the stage. To think of those days, today I'm a much more confident person. I can address a very large audience easily. I attribute all these changes to Mr. Bishal Sarkar's public speaking courses, mastermind sessions, and of course all the honest effort that I put as part of it. Today, I focus more on the content, more on the preparation, and more on as to how to connect with the audience rather than just worrying about the presentation.
And here, before coming here, I was thinking that I want to improve public speaking only. But the biggest thing I achieved again, that out of comfort zone, and everyone should come out of comfort zone when we want to get a financial freedom, when we want to get a time freedom and balanced life. And for that, everyone must attend Vishal's workshop.
I would say, don't hesitate. If you need a mentor, if you need the confidence, if you want to see yourself as a changed person going forward, Bishal and his team are the right team for you guys to get involved in and start making yourself the journey to be the change.
Today, I no longer get butterflies in my stomach before the presentation. Thanks Mr. Bishal Sarkar in guiding me in this journey where I could make lot of positive changes inside me. Thank you.